A long time ago, I determined that the #1 productivity booster for me, for my Mac, was screen real estate. So for as long as I can remember, I've had a 2-display system running on whatever Mac sat on or under my desk. For a while, I even had a 3-monitor setup, but while adding that second monitor made a huge difference in productivity, adding the third one didn't help that much, and it took up a lot of desk space. All right. Almost every Mac you can buy today supports a second monitor, including almost every notebook. And with prices as low as $250 for a decent-sized 27-inch display with good native resolution, 2560 by 1440 like my mono price here, it's almost the exact same model. Mine was $400 last year, now it's $250. And if $250 is still too much, or your desk isn't big enough for a 27-inch display, even a smaller second screen is still better than one. Now, Costco, Sam's Club, Best Buy, Amazon.com, Fry's, and lots of other retailers can sell you a 23-inch or a 24-inch display starting at around $100. Connect one to your Mac and you'll see just how much more productive you can be with a lot of screen real estate at your disposal. Or, if even starting at $100 is too rich for your blood, and you happen to already own an iPad, I got a killer solution for you for $15.99. Mind you, it's not as good as buying a big screen, but it's still a lot better than working on a single display, and it's only going to cost you $15.99. It's called Duet Display. Okay, I'm uber productive when I work at home. I have my 2 displays just the way I like them. My issue has always been when I travel, and I travel a lot. Being restricted to one screen, my MacBook Pro's 15-inch Retina display, which is a great screen, don't get me wrong, but it slows me down. With 2 displays, I can have 5 or 6 or 7 windows from different apps and switch among them with one click. With a single display, Windows always are covering windows, everything gets stacked up in a jumble, and it takes me more time to find what I need. So I even went so far as to try a cheap USB travel display. It wasn't that cheap, it was a couple $100, but it was too bulky and heavy and it really wasn't a very good display. So for years, I suffered with one display when I traveled. Then I discovered Duet Display, $15.99 in the iTunes App Store. It turns your iPad or iPhone into an external display for your Mac. Now, I had tried apps before that did this. They use your iPad as the second screen for your Mac, but they work via Wi-Fi. And while they worked, none of them worked well enough to keep using. Watching video didn't work at all, and there was a noticeable lag when you moved something onto the iPad screen. Duet Display, though, is different. For one thing, it's created by a bunch of ex-Apple engineers, and for another, it doesn't use Wi-Fi. It connects via lightning cable or dock connector if you've got an older iPad, because it'll run on that. And so it's the same cable you use to charge, okay, or to sync. Then just launch the free Duet Display app on your Mac, launch Duet Display on your iPad, and in seconds, your iPad is a Mac display. Okay, it behaves like any Mac display, and you can even use the Display System preference pane to change its resolution or placement in relation to your main monitor, or you can use the handy Duet Display menu on your Mac to tweak all these settings and frame rate and performance and all sorts of stuff. So here's what I look like sitting at my dining room table running my MacBook Air and my iPad with Duet Display acting as my second monitor. It is freaking awesome for $15.99. Now that may sound like a lot for an iOS app, but it's not very much for a second monitor that lets me be almost as productive when I'm on the road as when I'm at home. Onward to lesson 8.